Every week, thousands of seniors board cruise ships expecting a relaxing, stress-free vacation. But within the first 24 hours, many unknowingly make mistakes that cost them hundreds of dollars, waste valuable vacation time, or even result in an unexpected visit from ship security. The frustrating part is that many of these mistakes aren't common sense anymore, because cruising has quietly changed over the past few years. Rules have evolved, technology has changed, and some of the habits that worked perfectly on your last cruise could actually work against you today. After taking more than 30 cruises, I've watched these same mistakes happen again and again, even to experienced cruisers who thought they'd seen it all. In this video, I'll reveal the 13 biggest cruise mistakes seniors over 60 are still making in 2026, and more importantly, how you can avoid them. Before we begin, if you enjoy cruise tips that help you save money, avoid common mistakes, and make every vacation smoother, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos. And don't skip ahead, because number 3 surprised even me. And number 1 is the simple conversation I've seen completely transform a cruise, and it's one that far too many passengers never have. Mistake 13. Flying in the morning of your cruise. If there's one mistake I've seen ruin more vacations before they even begin, it's flying to your cruise on the same morning the ship departs. On paper, it sounds like a smart way to save money on a hotel. But all it takes is one delayed flight, one missed connection, bad weather, or even a long security line, and your entire vacation can unravel. Picture this. You arrive at the airport excited for your cruise, only to see your flight delayed by 3 hours. By the time you finally land, you're racing to the cruise terminal while watching the clock. Then you reach the port just in time to see your ship pulling away from the dock. Your luggage never makes it on board, your cruise is gone, and you're suddenly facing expensive hotel costs, last-minute flights, and the challenge of catching the ship at another port, if that's even possible. After more than 30 cruises, my advice has never changed. Always fly in at least one day before your cruise. A single hotel night is almost always far cheaper than replacing an entire vacation. It's one of the easiest ways to protect your trip and start your cruise relaxed instead of stressed. Mistake 12. Assuming your drink package covers everything. One of the biggest surprises for many cruisers happens long after the vacation is over, when they look at their final onboard bill. That's because many people assume an unlimited drink package means every drink on the ship is included. Unfortunately, that's rarely the case. Depending on the cruise line and package you purchase, certain drinks may still cost extra. Minibar beverages in your cabin are often excluded. Room service drinks may have additional charges. Premium spirits and higher-priced wines might not be included, and specialty coffees, fresh squeezed juices, bottled water, or drinks on some private islands can also vary depending on the cruise line's policies. The mistake isn't buying the package, it's buying it without understanding exactly what's included. Before your cruise, take 5 minutes to read the list of exclusions for your specific package. If you don't normally drink several beverages throughout the day, paying individually may even save you money. Most people don't discover these exclusions until they're looking at their final bill. By then, it's too late. Knowing what's covered before you board can save you from an expensive surprise at the end of your vacation. Mistake 11. Choosing the wrong cabin location. Most people spend hours choosing the perfect cabin category, but only a few seconds thinking about where that cabin is actually located. That can be a costly mistake, especially for seniors. Imagine booking what looks like a great deal, only to discover you're directly beneath the buffet. Every morning before sunrise, you hear chairs scraping across the floor. Or maybe your cabin is above the nightclub, where the music continues late into the evening. Even cabins beside busy elevators or near the kids' club can mean constant hallway noise throughout the day. Location also affects comfort. A cabin that's a long walk from the elevators may not seem important when you book, but after several days of exploring the ship, those extra walks can become tiring. If you're prone to motion sickness, cabins located midship on lower or middle decks often experience less movement than those at the very front or back of the ship. Before selecting your cabin, study the deck plans, not just your room. A well-located cabin can mean quieter nights, easier access to restaurants and venues, and a much more relaxing cruise overall. Mistake 10. Treating embarkation day like vacation day. Many people step on board, grab lunch, head to the pool, and assume they have plenty of time to figure everything else out later. That's one of the biggest mistakes you can make on embarkation day. Those first few hours on board are some of the most valuable of your entire cruise. While many passengers are relaxing by the pool, experienced cruisers are taking care of the things that can make the rest of their vacation smoother. This is the perfect time to reserve popular shows before they fill up, book specialty dining while the best time slots are still available, and stop by guest services before long lines begin to form. It's also a great opportunity to introduce yourself to your cabin steward. Ask any questions about your room. Check your onboard account through the cruise app, and spend some time exploring the ship before it becomes crowded. A little planning during those first few hours can save you time, reduce frustration, and even help you avoid missing out on popular experiences later in the week. Now I'm curious, which cruise mistake have you made that you'll never make again? Let everyone know in the comments because your experience might save someone else's vacation. Mistake 9. Trusting cruise ship Wi-Fi without a plan. Your smartphone can become one of the most expensive things you bring on a cruise if you don't have a plan before you sail. Many travelers assume putting their phone in airplane mode once is enough, but that's only the first step. When your ship is out at sea, your phone may connect to a satellite network called cellular at sea if cellular service is left on. Those rates can be incredibly expensive, and many passengers don't realize they've connected until they receive a shocking bill after returning home. Even if you've purchased the ship's Wi-Fi package, your phone can quietly use data in the background. Automatic app updates, cloud photo backups, email syncing, and software downloads can quickly eat through your bandwidth, making the internet feel painfully slow. Before boarding, switch your phone to airplane mode, turn off cellular data, and only enable Wi-Fi when you're ready to connect to the ship's network. It's also a good idea to disable automatic updates and background app refresh before your vacation begins. A few minutes of preparation can save you from unexpected charges, slower internet, and one very unpleasant surprise when your phone bill arrives after the cruise. Mistake 8. Ignoring heat and walking distances in port. One mistake that catches many seniors by surprise has nothing to do with the ship itself. It's what happens after you step off it. Cruise itineraries often make ports look easy to explore, but they rarely show just how much walking is involved. In places like Cozumel, Nassau, Rome, and Athens, you may find yourself walking long distances from the pier before you even reach the main attractions. Add temperatures climbing into the 80s or 90s, limited shade, uneven sidewalks, and crowded streets, and what seemed like a relaxing day can quickly become exhausting. I've seen travelers start the morning feeling great, only to cut their excursion short because they underestimated the heat and the amount of walking required. The result is missed experiences, unnecessary fatigue, and sometimes even a visit to the ship's medical center for dehydration. The solution is simple. Wear lightweight clothing, comfortable walking shoes, and carry water with you throughout the day. Whenever possible, schedule the most active parts of your excursion earlier in the morning before temperatures peak, and don't be afraid to take breaks. Enjoying the port is much more important than trying to rush through every attraction. Mistake 7. Forgetting that cabin doors create a wind tunnel. This next mistake surprises almost every first-time cruiser, and it can happen in just a few seconds. Cruise ship cabins are designed with carefully controlled air pressure, which means opening both the hallway door and the balcony door at the same time can create an incredibly powerful wind tunnel. Imagine you've just arrived in your cabin. You open the balcony door to enjoy the ocean breeze, while leaving the hallway door open as your luggage is being delivered. Suddenly, a rush of air tears through the room. Papers scatter across the cabin, hats fly toward the balcony, curtains whip through the air, and the doors can slam shut with enough force to startle everyone nearby or even injure a hand caught in the frame. It can be funny to watch, unless it's your boarding documents, phone, or glasses sliding across the room. The simple solution is to open only one door at a time. Close the hallway door before opening the balcony, and keep loose items secured whenever you're airing out your cabin. We've covered mistakes that can quietly cost you money or create unnecessary stress. But the next 6 mistakes are the ones I've personally watched ruin vacations, and they're the ones you definitely don't want to learn the hard way. Mistake 6. Believing every cruise excursion sold on board is the best deal. One of the biggest myths in cruising is that you should either always book your excursions through the cruise line or always book independently. The truth is, the best choice depends on the port and the type of excursion. Cruise line excursions usually cost more, but you're paying for more than just the tour itself. If your excursion is delayed and it was booked through the cruise line, the ship generally knows where you are and will follow its policies for cruise-sponsored tours. That extra peace of mind can be worth the higher price, especially for destinations that involve long bus rides, remote attractions, or significant travel away from the port. On the other hand, many popular ports have reputable independent operators offering similar experiences for less money. Walking tours, beach days, city sightseeing, and shorter excursions close to the cruise terminal can often provide excellent value when booked with well-reviewed local companies. The key is knowing when not to take the risk. If your tour travels hours from the ship or depends on heavy traffic, paying extra for the cruise line's excursion may be the smarter decision. It's not about finding the cheapest option. It's about finding the right balance between savings, convenience, and peace of mind. Mistake 5. Waiting too long to report a cabin problem. When you first walk into your cabin, everything may look perfect, but sometimes problems don't become obvious until later. Maybe the air conditioning never cools properly. The toilet is unusually noisy. The shower doesn't drain well, or the mattress leaves you waking up sore every morning. The mistake many passengers make is assuming they'll mention it later. Then later turns into the second day, then the third, and before they know it, most of the cruise is already over. The sooner you report a problem, the more options the crew has to fix it. Maintenance teams can often repair issues quickly, and if the problem can't be resolved, guest services has a much better chance of finding another available cabin early in the voyage. Wait until day 4 or 5, and the ship may simply have nowhere to move you because nearly every cabin is already occupied. Don't spend your vacation hoping a problem will magically improve. Test everything on embarkation day. Turn on the air conditioning, flush the toilet, check the shower, inspect the mattress, and make sure everything works as expected. If something isn't right, report it immediately and let the crew help you enjoy the rest of your cruise. Mistake 4. Thinking do not disturb means complete privacy. Many people assume that placing a do not disturb sign on their cabin door guarantees complete privacy for as long as they want. On a cruise ship, that's not always how it works. Unlike a hotel, a cruise ship operates under strict safety procedures designed to protect everyone on board. If your cabin remains under a do not disturb status for an extended period, especially if there's been no sign of activity, the crew may perform a welfare check to make sure you're safe. It's not meant to invade your privacy. It's part of the ship's responsibility to respond quickly if a passenger has become ill or experienced a medical emergency. Imagine a passenger who feels tired after embarkation and decides to sleep most of the next day with the sign still hanging outside the door. Hours pass, no one has seen them, and eventually security knocks to make sure everything is okay. While it can be surprising, the crew's priority is always passenger safety. If you simply want uninterrupted rest, that's perfectly fine. Just remember to remove the sign when you head out for a meal or an activity. It lets the crew know you're okay, allows your cabin to be serviced if needed, and helps avoid unnecessary welfare checks later in the cruise. Mistake 3. Forgetting your phone can cost more than your cruise. Here's a mistake that has shocked countless cruisers, and in some cases, the phone bill ended up costing more than the cruise itself. It usually starts with one simple assumption: my phone isn't doing anything. The problem is, smartphones are almost always doing something in the background. If you forget to put your phone in airplane mode or accidentally reconnect to cellular service at sea, it can connect to expensive satellite networks like cellular at sea. Even worse, your phone may quietly upload hundreds of vacation photos to the cloud, sync your email, download app updates, or back up videos without you ever touching the screen. I've heard stories of travelers returning home to bills totaling hundreds or even thousands of dollars because their phone was constantly using data in the background while they were enjoying their vacation. Before your cruise, take a few minutes to prepare your phone. Turn on airplane mode, disable cellular data, switch off automatic photo backups, pause app updates, and only connect to the ship's Wi-Fi when you actually need it. Those simple steps can protect you from one of the most expensive mistakes you can make without ever realizing it's happening. Mistake 2. Trying to get the perfect balcony photo. Everyone wants that perfect cruise photo, the sparkling ocean, the dramatic sunset, or the unforgettable sail-away view. But chasing the perfect picture can quickly become dangerous if you're not careful. It's not just about sitting on the balcony railing. I've seen people lean far over the rail to get a better angle, stretch out with selfie sticks, balance drinks on the railing, or hold their phone over open water while trying to capture the perfect shot. Add a sudden gust of wind or an unexpected movement of the ship, and what seemed like a harmless photo can turn into a stressful or even dangerous situation in seconds. At the very least, you could lose your phone, sunglasses, or favorite hat to the ocean forever. At worst, you could lose your balance while focusing more on your camera than your surroundings. The best photos don't require unnecessary risks. Keep both feet firmly on the deck, stay behind the railing, keep a secure grip on your belongings, and enjoy the view first. The safest memories are usually the ones you actually get to bring home. Mistake 1. Not having the right conversation during your first hour on board. The final mistake isn't really a mistake at all. It's a missed opportunity that many passengers never realize exists. During your first hour on board, one simple conversation can make the rest of your cruise far more comfortable. As soon as you have the chance, introduce yourself to your cabin steward. They play a huge role in your onboard experience, and this is the perfect time to mention anything that would make your stay more enjoyable. If you prefer extra pillows, need additional towels, would like ice delivered each evening where available, or need a mattress topper to make the bed more comfortable, ask early. If the cruise line offers it, you can also request that the minibar be empty to avoid accidental charges and create extra space for your own drinks. If you have dietary preferences, mobility concerns, or you're celebrating a birthday, anniversary, or another special occasion, letting the crew know early gives them the best chance to help make your cruise even more enjoyable. Most passengers wait until something goes wrong before speaking up. Experienced cruisers know it's better to start the conversation on day one, because sometimes one 2-minute conversation can improve every single day of your cruise. Bonus: 5 things experienced cruisers over 60 always pack. Before you go, here's a quick bonus. These are 5 simple items experienced cruisers over 60 rarely leave home without. First, magnetic hooks were permitted by your cruise line. Since most cabin walls are metal, they're perfect for hanging hats, jackets, or lanyards and creating extra storage space. Second, a small night light. Cruise cabins can get very dark at night, making late-night trips to the bathroom much easier and safer. Third, a reusable water bottle. Staying hydrated is important, especially in warm ports, and refilling your bottle throughout the day is both convenient and cost-effective. Fourth, pack a small first aid kit with basics like bandages, pain relievers, blister pads, and motion sickness medication. Finally, bring a portable battery pack that complies with your cruise line's policies. After a day exploring ports and taking photos, you'll appreciate the extra power. These 5 small items take up very little space, but can make your cruise far more comfortable from the moment you board. If even one of these tips saves you money, helps you avoid a frustrating mistake, or makes your cruise a little more enjoyable, then this video has already paid for itself. If you found it helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you gave this video a like and subscribe to the channel. Every week, I share practical cruise tips, money-saving advice, and the latest cruise updates to help you travel smarter and get the most out of every vacation. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have an incredible cruise in 2026. Safe travels, and I'll see you in the next video.